Welcome to another episode of the Watch Me Wholesale Show. Here's how this works. I'm going to randomly select a market, then I'm going to go into that market and find a discounted property for sale. I'm going to run the numbers and call and make an offer. And guys, we're going to be doing this using a software called Propwire. If you've never heard of Propwire, it's the nation's largest database of seller leads with over 157 million properties nationwide. Best of all, it's absolutely free to search and download as many properties as you want. All you gotta do is go to joinpropwire.com to get started. Now, if you're new here, my name is Jerry Norton. I make millions of dollars a year wholesaling and flipping houses. And here on my YouTube channel, I show you how to do the same. So if you wanna be a flipping genius like me and live your dream life, subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. Okay, we're gonna jump over to my screen where I have 10 random markets and we're gonna spin a wheel and pick a market. Tallahassee, Florida is the winner. Let's go find a deal. Okay, so I'm gonna jump over to Propwire. You just go to joinpropwire.com to log in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and up in the corner, I'm gonna put in Tallahassee, Florida as my market. Under lead type, I'm gonna go down and click MLS active. We're gonna pick single family properties and I'm gonna just pick minimum 3 bedrooms just to stay away from stuff super small. Then I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna click, I wanna sort this by list price. And then I'm gonna go lowest price to highest price. And you'll notice here, you'll see a map on the left and then you'll see property data on the right. And if I put my mouse over one of these properties, it'll show me, where it's at on the map. So I can kind of get an idea of like what I'm looking at and where I'm at. I can zoom in, I can draw custom areas. And one thing I want you to pay attention to on the properties here is it'll tell me a little bit more about it. Like for sale, like look at this one, absentee owner, high equity, pre-foreclosure, withdrawn, absentee owner, free and clear. So it tells you more about the property so that you get, a little bit better idea about what's going on. And then what you're gonna do is you could start at the top and just go one at a time and start working through these properties, checking them out. Once you find one that you wanna look at, like this one, if I click on Pasco Street here, what I like to do first is I like to go to the owner tab. And this tells me like who owns it right now. So this is an individual and they don't own any other properties. So this is a private seller. Sometimes I'll click on this and it'll show me that like it's an investor, right? So, maybe one of these other ones, like let's look at this one on Tilly Lane. If I go to owner, check it out. This is owned by Fresh Legal Perspective something or another, and they own 74 properties. So this could be, I don't know, a family office or a hedge fund or some type of big investor out of Tampa. And so that's really helps you understand, maybe who you're dealing with, right? So, you go through these properties, you pick one that you like let's go back to Pasco, and I check the owner tab, see what's going on. I might go to the history tab here. This doesn't show me that there's any transactions going on in the history, which means they've owned it for a long time probably. And you can see here, this has been on the market for a little while here. Look at all the different days on market as it's changed. So we'll come back to that. Next, I want to go to comps. And you can see we're right here. Let me get right here. We're right here where this marker is. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to basically custom draw my area. So if I click on the draw feature here, I'm just going to stay inside this boxed area where these major roads are. So there we go. I squared in around these major roads. Now I'm just looking at data inside this little area here. And we're looking at stuff that's about a year old. Maybe I shorten that to 6 months. We are 1,000 square feet. So I might say, you know what? I don't want to see anything that's plus or minus 30% of that. And now what I'm gonna do here, this is a little trick I do with this, is I'm gonna look at just the price per square foot, and I'm gonna look for the highest ones. Now, when I went back just 6 months, it only gave me 3. You can see one at 91 bucks a foot, 135 and 142. If I just check these two, it's gonna put me at about a 146 value, right? So you got a 109, a 162, and a 105. If I go back, if I wanna get a little bit more data, now I wouldn't use this as gospel, but if I go back a year, it'll probably give me a little bit more. Yeah. So just to make sure I'm trending in the right direction, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna say, okay, well, I'm gonna pick all these that are up there, 135, 145 a foot, 142 a foot, 162 a foot. So you can see here a trend, right, between 135 and 162. You know, there, maybe I'll take this 123. So again, that kind of confirmed what I was looking at, bringing me in around 150. Now this comp-based value here, what it's doing is it's taking whatever properties I checked, and then it's reevaluating the price per square foot against my subject property. So it's telling me that, hey, the average of all these comps you picked against your property of 1,060 square feet is giving you a 150 roughly value. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump over to my deal analyzer. And guys, I'll give this to you for free. It's a digital deal analyzer. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com and you can download that for free. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and put in my square footage, and I want this thing to come in at about 150, so about 164 a foot gets me to about a 150 ARV. And then on the rehab, let's take a look back at this thing. You know, look pretty clean. Now it says, hey, excellent for investors, but these floors look great. I don't like this kitchen. Look at this kitchen, guys. That kitchen's not looking very good. Looks like old cabinets and tiny. Like, I'm kind of worried about that. So maybe budget a new kitchen, new painting, but I don't know. I don't really see too much more going on here. Maybe I put this at, I don't know, 20,000. Seems like a pretty simple rehab. If I just did that, that might be a little light. Maybe I go 25,000. And you know, I'm gonna bump this up so that you make about 30 for a flipper. So I'm gonna use 25,000 as a rehab. I'm gonna use 9% to cover closing costs, 6% to cover financing or carrying costs. And I'm gonna bump my profit up to about 20%, which gives you about a $30,000 profit. I think that's what an investor is gonna wanna see. And then I'm just gonna put a little $10,000 wholesale fee to get me to about a $62,000, $63,000 price. So somewhere around 65, right? 63 to 65 would probably be a deal on this property. Assuming that I spend 25 in rehab and I resell it for 150 and I want to make 30 and I budget for some cost. Okay, so now we got our number. Now let's go make an offer. If I go back to Propwire and I click show more and I go down here, we are looking for LaTanya is the listing agent. And I've got some phone numbers here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pick up the phone and call LaTanya. Oftentimes I'll text her first and say, hey, I'm an investor looking to make a cash offer. Can I call you or call me? And just to prep her, make sure I have the right number. But let's give LaTanya a call now and let's see if we can talk to her about making an offer.
Hello?
Yes, hello, is this LaTanya?
It is.
Hi, LaTanya. My name's Jerry. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good, good. Calling about Pasco Street.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this one? I'm an investor looking to possibly flip it.
It's still active. We do have 2 offers right now, and we're waiting on a third one to come in for the seller to make the decision on, you know, which one she wants to go with. But as of right now, I do have 2 offers in hand, but the seller wanted to wait for the third one to come, which should have been here already. So I'll reach out to that person to see if they're going to submit one. But it's a 3-1. It will need a new roof, which is why the seller was willing to give a concession. It's going to need a new roof and water heater.
Okay, what's the concession?
Well, for a new roof, like $10,000.
So the seller's offering a $10,000 concession?
Mm-hmm.
Now, are these other offers, are they investors or retail buyers?
Both.
Oh, so you got some offer, you got some investors, some retail.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Is it too late to get an offer in then?
No, it's not too late.
Okay.
Like I said, we were waiting on the third one to come in. So
yeah.
I'm going to give it until 11, then I'll, shoot an email and ask if they're still interested. So by 12 o'clock, I would like to present her everything.
Now, I'm unrepresented, so I'd let you write the offer for me. Are you able to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay.
I just need your Proof of funds letter.
Yep, I can get that.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, what would you estimate needs done on this? Do those floors need redone? It's hard to tell.
No, the floors don't need to be redone. It just
Okay.
depends on how you would want to renovate it or update it, but it's actually livable right now.
Yeah, the kitchen's got me concerned. What would you do with the kitchen?
Well, I'm not a contractor, so I don't want to.
Well, I just mean if
give you that. I mean,
if you got the relisting, if you were going to list this as a flip, what would you recommend? New cabinets?
As far, you said if I was going to recommend it as a what now?
If I were to hire you as my listing agent to sell it, to resell it, what advice would you give me? Would you say redo that kitchen, new counters, new kitchen, new appliances?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Paint. So probably kitchen, paint. The floors hopefully are okay. I'd probably paint the outside,
The floors are
right?
fine. I don't think the floors are gonna be any issue.
Yeah, paint the outside maybe. Are windows okay?
Well, I don't know because we didn't do a full inspection, so I don't,
Right.
I just listed the property, so that was kind of on, the buyers to do if they wanted to get one.
Okay.
But as far as I know for a fact, the water heater is older and the roof is older. There's no leaks, but for insurance purposes, if someone was getting a loan, that would be the two requirements: a water heater and a new roof.
Okay. And what do you think if I spent that money, like if I put in a new roof, new kitchen, painted it, made it look nice, what do you think it could resell for? All dolled up.
I have to do the comps on it, but maybe about 125. But I'm just throwing numbers out because I haven't done comps on a flip.
Yeah, I looked at a bunch of comps, and it looks like it could pull in about 150 if it was done upright. But
possibly.
No, you think that's too high?
I said possibly.
Yeah.
I'm not for sure. I don't know if it's a comp in that area that'll support it. But again, I haven't researched that because that wasn't really my scope.
Gotcha. And Latanya, where do you think I would need to be to have a shot at this? I mean, I'm kind of worried I'm probably significantly under your other offers because by the time I factor in rehab and closing fees and financing and profit and everything.
Yeah. So of course I can't give you what everyone else has offered.
I guess do I need to be close to asking price or?
I would say give your best offer, but I can't tell you, what the others offered. But she is willing to do a 10,000 concession, so you could take it off
that,
or
So with that, I mean, I think I need to be like around 75 for this to pencil.
I'll just say give it. I mean, your best and highest offer. I'll recommend that.
Okay, would you be willing to present that a 75,000 cash offer?
Yeah, I'm presenting all offers. I mean, I'm presenting something lower, and she told me absolutely not. So, I'm required to present all offers to her.
Gotcha. Okay, and so that'd be 75 with a 10K concession, or if it's easier, just 65 with no concession. I mean, it's the same thing.
I would strongly advise you against that. I'm saying 10K concession at an asking price.
So say that again.
The asking price is 108. I would advise you to do 75 with 75 with a 10K concession, because that's not even gonna get you in the ballpark. I'll just be honest and tell you that, so you won't, waste your time. But
gotcha. That's what I was hoping you would tell me. That let's not waste time, because I would need to be around 65 all after concession. So we're not even in the ballpark. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't work.
Yeah, gotcha. And it's just, I mean, you get it, right? If I'm going to spend money flipping it and...
Right.
Yeah,
No, I get it. I just don't want to give you false hope and waste your time, because she will absolutely not accept that. I can tell you that.
Sure. Well, especially if she's got higher offers on the table.
Yeah.
I get it. Do you get properties like this very often?
Every now and then I may come across some. So, I mean, I can give you my website, and you know, I have a function on my website where you can put in the parameters. So if anything, not only my listing or anything hits the market, it'll come directly to you.
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit, or it got quiet all of a sudden. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay, I was saying I'll shoot you my website, and
Perfect.
on the website you can go and put, houses for this amount or whatever, and if it ever comes on the market, whether it's my listing or not, it'll automatically send you an alert.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to not work with buyer's agents. I like to go directly to the listing agent on each offer. And
Okay.
since I'm cash, like if you sit down with a seller and the seller's got something distressed, if they want to consider a cash offer before going on market, give me a call. I can put my number together, make it really easy for everybody.
Okay.
Again, I'll let you represent me on every one of your listings.
Okay. I sure will.
Yeah, if you can save my number as, Jerry Cash Buyer, that would be fantastic. And would it be okay with you if I just followed up periodically, see if you got anything coming up?
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you don't have anything right now, do you? Worth looking at?
Not in that price range, no.
Well, at any price range. I mean, I buy higher end stuff too.
Okay. Well, yeah, I do have another property. It's listed at 285. It's at 84.
Is that an
Capitol
investor?
Road.
Like for an investor, be a good investor deal?
Yeah, I mean, it's being used as an Airbnb right now. Airbnb Verbo. A lot of people had interest in renting it for a group home. But
What's the address?
9561 Capitola Road.
How do you spell that?
Capitola Road.
Got it.
32317.
So you have this, let's see, listed at 288 right now. Fully furnished. Fully furnished. Outside of Tallahassee, 8-bedroom, and you're saying it's being used as an Airbnb. Why are they selling?
To liquidate.
They just want to get out. And at 288, how's the income on that? Like, is that pretty good?
Yeah, it is.
What are they averaging a night?
It was appraised for right now it's 350. It was appraised at 325 in 2022.
Okay.
But it's been a lot of interest in it for a group home or like a ALF facility or DCF group kids group home. There's been a lot of interest in that.
For a group home? Looks like it fell out of contract a few weeks ago.
Buyer financing.
Say again?
I said, yeah, buyer's financing fell through.
Oh, their financing fell through, so it came back on the market. Would these sellers entertain doing a seller finance or creative finance?
No.
They want cashed out?
Yeah.
Because this would be a great one to do for that and then hold on to it. And they have the financials, like they've got history on this that they can show?
I believe so.
Yeah. How long have they been Airbnb-ing it?
It's been about a year. Well, off and on because it's used as short-term rentals and then Airbnb. Airbnb, Verbo, and short-term rentals. Like a lot of contractors, I don't know if you remember, well, if you're aware of like when the storms come through, all the first responders stay there, nurses stay there, contractors stay there. And it was $5,000 a month that they were paying for it. So
for like 30 days at a time or something like that? Yeah, so more like midterm on that. Okay. But they're looking to get cashed out is what they're looking to do there. I mean, for a cash offer, do you think they've got some room to come down on this?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, cash is king. Just
Yeah.
as it's not lowballing,
Yeah, I mean, with cash, I tend to be quite a bit lower because it's cash, so it just has to pencil and make sense. But all we can do is put it out there and see if they bite. Would you entertain like maybe doing a verbal and seeing if they're interested, and then we can put it in writing? I would just need to understand a little bit more about like the the income on this. Do you have that information? Like what's their gross income last year? And or even their average daily rate on it?
Well, it's
and their occupancy.
It's on Airbnb right now, so you can look it up on Airbnb and see some stuff. But I'll have to get that pulled.
Okay. Yeah, if I could get my head around, okay, well, what's the financials on this? If I get new financing, put some money down, get new financing, does that make sense? Or if I pay cash, can I buy it cash and then maybe refinance later? I just would have to make sure that the debt service fits for the income. But it looks like it's fully turnkey. Like I'm not looking, doesn't look like there's much to do here, but just start using it, start renting it.
Yeah. Right.
Well, could you get me that information and then we can put together an offer?
Yep, sure.
That'd be fantastic. Okay, this is my cell phone.
Okay. I'll save your number.
Okay, and you'll if you could just text me back or gather that information, let me know. Then what I'll do is I'll just run numbers. I'll give you maybe like a cash offer and then maybe like a finance offer and see if either of those work and go from there.
Okay. All
yeah.
right.
But let me know when you get stuff like this. This is great. Like these are the types of things we're looking for all the time.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay. Appreciate you, LaTanya. Nice talking with you.
Problem.
Okay. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, guys, I cannot tell you how often that happens when you just get on the phones and call. So the first deal, which is the deal we called about, we're way off on, right? Like I have to be way down there at that 65 number. There's 3 offers on the table, so clearly there's some higher offers. I knew that. I mean, I picked that up pretty quickly, but I don't consider that at all a wasted conversation or a loss because like I keep trying to explain to you as I do this show, it's more important to create the relationships than it ever is about the deal we're calling on. So if you could always remember that, and if you could take that away from the show that I do here, is that these relationships are key. And the way that I really solidify that relationship or try to create a strong relationship there is with the double dip strategy, where I offer that listing agent to also represent me on the offers. So, and then I just ask, say, hey, do you have anything else I can look at? She didn't even tell me about this property until I asked her about it, even though I told her I was a cash buyer. You would think that they'd be like, well, no, that doesn't work, but hey, I got another property that you might be interested in. She didn't. I had to actually say, do you have something else I can look at? And then she's like, oh yeah, well I got this, VRBO property and now we're looking at that. So those conversations with agents will turn into other leads, they'll turn into other deals. If I do a good job with her now and I follow up consistently, she could turn into a couple deals a year type of person, like relationship. Because she's clearly out there networking, she's clearly out there meeting sellers, picking up properties, doing the business. So when you have an agent who's doing the business, inevitably they're going to come across distressed properties, and you want to always stay front and center. Front of mind is how you win this game with the agent model. Okay, so I hope you got a lot of value out of that, guys. Leave a comment and let me know if you did. By the way, you can get my deal analyzer. Just go to mydealanalyzer.com to get that for free. Also be sure to check out Propwire. If you're not using Propwire, it's a phenomenal tool. We're doing a really cool promo right now where you can get, check this out, you can get $300 worth of skip tracing per month for only $97. That's 2,500 skip traces per month for $97 a month. It's a no-brainer. And skip tracing gets you the phone number. It allows you to then text or cold call sellers. We've been doing on market, but that's a really cool way to get in front of sellers that are on the system for really affordable price. We actually lose money doing it, but we're doing it because we want to get more active users on the platform. And so check that out. Just go to propwiregold.com to sign up for that right now. And again, leave a comment. Let me know your big takeaways, any questions you have, why I did what I did, and just really make sure that this is a learning experience for you. And I'll see you on the next video.